I want to share something personal, not for sympathy, not for attention, but so you understand why I care deeply about the work I do. I grew up in a home marked by abuse and instability. My mother struggled with 4 significant mental illnesses, including borderline personality disorder. She was an alcoholic, a heavy smoker, and addicted to prescription medication. She was not able to function in a stable way. My father was a violent sociopath. Our home did not feel safe. When I was in kindergarten, a friend invited me to a Good News Club in a neighbor's basement. That was the first time I heard that God loved me. It was the first time I experienced a message of unconditional love. There was no sense of love, safety, or affirmation at home, so that message mattered and it anchored me. The church connected with that woman who had the kids club, reached out to my parents, and I had the privilege of attending that church through high school. I believe that early intervention saved my life, emotionally and spiritually. I was the oldest of 4 children. Because my mother could not manage the house, I learned to cook, clean, and care for my younger brothers at a very young age. I packed their lunches, I babysat, I did what I could to protect my brothers from the violence. Responsibility came early. Tragically, my brother closest in age to me was murdered just before his 21st birthday. He had struggled with addiction and was involved in drug trafficking. Another brother battled addiction for years and spent almost all of his life homeless or in jail. My youngest brother became a nationally recognized brain surgeon. During medical school, I begged him to diagnose our mother's mental illness. Instead, he married a woman who was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. She committed suicide 3 years after the diagnosis. That is the ripple effect of untreated trauma. I share this not for sympathy, but for context. When you grow up in chaos, you value order. When you grow up without safety, you value protection. When you experience instability, you commit to creating structure. For me, financial planning is all about protection. It's about putting systems in place so that when life happens, and it does, families do not fall apart financially. Today, we work with individuals and business owners using advanced tax planning strategies. That is my specialty. We reduce unnecessary tax exposure. We uncover overlooked deductions. We design proactive strategies. We integrate tax, retirement, income, estate, and legacy planning because isolated planning leaves gaps. For business owners, intentional tax planning can mean building wealth. It can protect a family, strengthen a company, and preserve what took decades to build. There are measurable ways to improve someone's financial life: reducing tax liability, creating sustainable retirement income, protecting a surviving spouse, increasing business value, avoiding unnecessary probate, preserving a legacy. I've been teaching since 1997, and I'm an educator at heart. I enjoy making complex concepts understandable and actionable. Helping people is not transactional for me, it's personal. I understand instability, I understand responsibility, and I understand the cost of not planning. For more than 3 decades in this profession, I have learned this: most people do not need more information, they need a plan. If this story resonates with you, if you're a business owner concerned about taxes, if you're approaching retirement and want clarity, or if you want to ensure your family is protected, let's have a conversation. We offer a complimentary strategy session where we evaluate your situation, identify gaps, and explore opportunities, particularly in advanced tax planning and integrated estate and retirement strategies. No pressure, just clarity. Your financial plan should reflect your values, your work, and the people you love. If you're ready to take the next step, schedule a strategy session. Let's build a plan that protects what matters most.